Math Marvel, I love problems like this. We're going to complete a table for this equation, y equals 3/4 x. And watch how I use that equation to find coordinates. So I'm going to make, at first I wanted 2 column, but I'm actually going to do 3 just so you can see my thinking over here. And on one end I'm going to put x, on the other end I'm going to put y, and then I'm also going to show you my work. This is what's going on in my head so that you can see it. Normally I would just write it as a 2-column table with just x and y, but I really want you to see what I'm doing so it doesn't look like magic. And we're going to just use that equation, y equals 3/4 x. So watch what I mean. If x is equal to 1, what is y? So I'm just going to think, well, I know that is 3/4 times x. So it's 3/4 times, in this case, 1/1, and that's just going to give me 3/4. Perfect. What if x is 2? Well, that would be 3/4 times 2/1, which would give me 6/4. I'm actually going to change that, convert that to a mixed number. That would give me 1, and I want to say 2/4, but I'm going to just simplify that to 1/2 at the same time. So 1/2. If x is 3, what am I multiplying by? 3/1, which gives me 9/4. I'm going to change that to a mixed number. 9 divided by 4 is 2 and 1/4. And I'm going to put up another point in there. What if x is 4? I would just do 3/4 times 4/1, which is the same as 12/4 or 3. So I like using just 1, 2, 3, 4 to start off, nice and small and easy. But you could use if x was 5. You can put in if x was 26. You can put if x was 100 or 1,000. It doesn't matter because you're still putting it into this formula. Y equals 3/4 x. So no matter what it is you want for your x, whatever you want that point to be, if you want it to be 1,000, fine. You're doing 1,000 times 3/4. So you can figure that out using math. So hit pause so you can jot this down into your notes. And just know that you select the x values to calculate y. I like using 1, 2, 3, 4 to start. I'd rather start with smaller numbers. However, you do have choice. I just recommend 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another really awesome problem, we're going to use this line. Our line QR is on a graph, and it represents a proportional relationship. And I'm going to tell you that one of the points R in the graph is at 2, 5. And our question is, would point 7 and 17 and 5/10 lie on that line? Does that coordinate go on the same line? So I need to know, do both of these have the same rate of proportionality? And if they do, we're going to express it as an equation. So watch what I'm going to do here. I want to know, is this point on the line? Yes or no? Here are my facts. I also want to represent this as an equation in the y equals kx form. And my facts are, I know the line is proportional, QR. I know that 2, 5 are coordinates on the line. They're ordered pairs that go directly on the line. So my plan is I want to check the relationship between x and y for both points. I want to see if they're both proportional to each other. And I'm going to use the equation y equals kx to represent a proportional relationship. I want to see if this is true. Is y equals kx the same for both? Would k be the same for both? And I'm going to find k by substituting those ordered pairs. I'm going to use the 2, 5 for x and y in the equation. And I'm going to use that to find out what k is. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to substitute the values for 7 and 17 and 5/10 to test if that k is the same. Because if the k's are the same, then they are on the same line. So I know it may sound a little wordy. You might be going, huh, a little bit. That is okay. I'm going to show you my process for this. But hit pause so you can jot down the plan, and then we're going to jump into our model. Okay, I'm putting down equation y equals kx, and here's our goal. We want to know, is k the same? If it is, if yes, if the k's are the same, then they are proportional. If no, if k is not the same for both, then they are not proportional. That's our goal. And if they're not proportional, they're going to be two different lines. The points won't match. All right, so let's do our test. We're going to start with point R, which has the ordered pair 2, 5. So I'm going to put y equals kx, and I'm going to sub in, they're in alphabetical order, x and y. So the y is 5. 5 is equal to 2k. All right, so let's solve for k. I'm going to divide by 2, and I get, let's see, 5 divided by 2 is 2 and 1/2 is equal to k. So here's the first one. So all I did. Let's try it out with the next one. Next ordered pair, same thing, y equals kx. Here our points are 7 and 17 and 5/10. So y is 17 and 5/10 is equal to 7 times k. Here we go. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to divide both by 7. And if you're not sure, you can pick up your calculator. I know 7 goes into 17 2 times. That's 14. That gives me 3. Just so you can see what I'm doing this in my head. I'm just going to show you rather than just tell you. 5 comes down. 7 goes into 35 5 times. So I get 2 and 5/10 is equal to k. All right, math marble. Look at our two answers. Are these equivalent to each other? 2 1/2 the same as 2 and 5/10? Yes, they are exactly the same. So they are equivalent. The k's are equivalent to each other. So I'm going to answer my question. Yes, 7 and 17 and 5/10 would lie on line QR. I'm going to give myself some space. QR, because k is the same for points 2, 5 and let's make this a 7 and 17 and 5/10. All right, so here's our first answer. I've answered it completely. I want to make sure I just have this here. I'm kind of running out of space, but I do have a second part that I need to answer. I need to put down my equation. So I'm going to go back up here. We know that k is equal to 2.5. So I'm going to write my equation. Y is equal to 2.5 x. There's my equation. So we know what k is equal to. We just solved it. So y is equal to 2.2 and 5/10 x. So there we have it. The only thing, make sure you give yourself some room to work and to think. But jot this down into your notes. This is how we can test for proportionality. Take the 2 points, solve for k, and if they are the same, then yes, they are proportional. If they are not the same, then no, they are not proportional, and the 2 points will not be on the same line. Good luck, and ask as many questions as possible if you're getting stuck, but I know you can do this with practice. I will see you in the next lesson, Math Marbles. Take care.